This is the no annual fee Bilt Mastercard. After 2 years, I'm gonna give you my honest review of the good, the bad, and whether it's actually even worth having in 2024. Hi, my name is John of John's Finance Tips. This is a channel we dedicate to talking all things money. Today, we're looking at it through the lens of the no annual fee Bilt Mastercard, and we will deep dive into the card in the following sections: the sign-up bonus, the earnings, and the benefits. In that section, I'll show you how you could potentially extract thousands of dollars of value from this no annual fee card, and we'll wrap it up with my final verdict and recommendations on the card. Sign-up bonus. Right now, the Bilt Mastercard has a sign-up bonus of a grand total of, drumroll please, 0. Goose egg. Nada. Zilch. In my opinion, that is a huge miss. When it comes to points and miles and the credit card game, my golden rule is you only get credit cards with sign-up bonuses. The reason being, for the majority of people, where you're going to get the most bang for your buck is from a sign-up bonus. Points earnings is great, but to really ramp quickly, you wanna aim for the highest possible bonus you can. However, there is an asterisk here. Even though there's no public available sign-on bonus, there have been reports of people who have been offered a non-public sign-on bonus. And that comes in the form of an email where Bilt offers you the ability to earn 5 points per dollar spent on all your purchases within the first 5 days of having the card. Sadly, we don't know what triggers it or what qualifies someone for it. For example, I was not offered that bonus, whereas my friend who applied a week after me was offered that bonus. And so you kind of are flipping a coin, but the net of it is not having a public sign-up bonus, that's a ding. Section 2, earnings. The Bilt Mastercard will earn 3 points per dollar spent on all of your dining purchases. That, in my opinion, is good enough. It's nothing outstanding. There's plenty of cards in this category that offer 3x on dining. I'm thinking of cards like the Chase Freedom Flex or the Chase Freedom Unlimited, as well as the Capital One Saver. And so for that, it's just good enough. The other elevated earning this card has is earning you 2x for travel. 2x for travel at this space, no annual fee, is unique, but there's plenty of cards that offer you 2% cash back on all of your spend, not just travel. I'm thinking of cards like the Citi Double Cash, as well as the Wells Fargo Active Cash. So for that, this 2x travel, I guess it's good enough. The card then provides you 1 point per dollar spent everywhere else, which, I mean, God, who doesn't, right? As a no annual fee card, everyone is gonna offer that at a base earning. So what about this earnings makes this card any special? Well, it's the last one. And this last one is allowing you to earn 1 point per dollar spent on rent. And let me be very clear, nobody currently on the marketplace offers anything comparable where you can capture points for your largest spend category every single month: rent. And you can give me a show of hands if you're watching, or go ahead and comment down below. But currently today, you might be paying for rent, whether it's hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars. And if you wanted to use a credit card, you are going to be charged either a transaction fee of 2, 3, 4, 5%, or your landlord outright just says no credit cards. Well, Bilt was specifically built to solve that problem, allowing you to earn points on rent, and it does it in 2 ways. The first way is through the Bilt Alliance. So these are apartment networks that are part of Bilt's network, where their payment portal might already be integrated to Bilt. And so if you have a Bilt Mastercard, you can just pay directly using the Bilt Mastercard. There's not gonna be a transaction fee or processing fee, none of that. You're just going to earn points for paying rent. The second way Bilt solves for the rent problem, and this is what I think is the most unique about it, is that when you apply for the card and get approved, you will be provided with a routing number as well as an account number. And I can probably see some gears turning in people's heads. With the routing number and account number, you can then just process a payment like you would if you had a regular bank account. So it'd just be an ACH transfer. Or if you were to pay your landlord using Venmo or PayPal, you would use the same information and plug it in there, and you could still use those payment platforms. But let's say none of that applies to you. Let's say your landlord does not care for any sort of ACH transfers or any Venmos or PayPals. What if they're old school? What if all they want is a paper check? Bilt has you covered. You can literally pop open your Bilt app, plug in your landlord's information, and Bilt will send a check to your landlord on your behalf, and you still earn points for that. Can we all just pause and geek out as to how consumer-centric that is? Here we are. If you're paying rent, you gotta pay rent. And yet you're not earning points for it. Bilt comes along and says, hey, let me help you solve that problem. You have to do this thing. Why don't I reward you for doing the thing you have to do regardless? And then we'll talk about a little later how you could then flip those points potentially for thousands of dollars of free value. This right here is your unique differentiator. It's great to get 3x on dining, 2x on travel, sure. Other cards exist. 1x on rent, no other card exists. Okay, and I know someone out there is thinking, this is too good to be true. What's the catch? There is no real catch, but there are two stipulations. The first one is you can earn a maximum of 100,000 points on rent every year. All the other earning categories are not capped, but points from rent is capped at 100,000. I would also make the argument if you're earning 100,000 points from rent every year, consider maybe buying a place. Just putting that one out there. That's a hefty amount of money to be putting down on rent. The second stipulation is you have to swipe the card 5 times every statement cycle. And personally, that's not that difficult. If you really have problems, just put it as an auto load on Amazon and just have it auto load 4 or 5 times a month and you're good to go. Hold on. But don't you own real estate? Why do you have a credit card for renters? Great question. I thought the same too. I don't even rent. Why am I getting the card? Well, that's because this card has some of the best benefits and features in the entire game. This card punches above its weight class by an order of 2, maybe even 3-fold, meaning it competes with mid-tier and top-tier cards, and yet it's a no annual fee, almost kind of like a beginner card. So in this next section, we're gonna talk about all the features and benefits and how you could potentially extract thousands of dollars of value from this card. And no, you do not need to be a renter to get value from the card. Case in point, benefits. Within the benefits section, we're gonna talk about travel benefits, rent benefits, and other benefits that I don't know where else to bucket. Travel benefits. Remember earlier in that earnings section, we talked about how there's plenty of cards that do 3x on dining or 2x on travel / 2x catch-all cashback cards. And you're probably left wondering, what is so special about the Bilt card? Well, apart from just earning points on rent, this right here is what makes the Bilt card special. This is what I bet my pickle on, Bilt points. Bilt points are some of the, you know what? No. Bilt points are the most valuable points in the entire credit card ecosystem. Compared to Chase, American Express, Citi, Capital One, whoever you want to compare them against, Bilt points come out on top. Now, you can take your Bilt points and redeem for things like shopping on Amazon or for cashback on paying rent. But let me indulge you on a little bit on how you can take your Bilt points and flip it for thousands of dollars in free travel. Specifically, I'm talking about popping up in the sky, a full live flatbed, a 5-star meal, and you're paying pennies on the dollar. So Bilt points have what are known as transfer partners. In the points and miles space, if you want transfer partners, you get a credit card with an annual fee. Chase Sapphire Preferred, American Express Gold, Capital One Venture X, American Express Platinum. You get one of those cards to have your transfer partners. Bilt is a no annual fee card that offers transfer partners, but they're not just any transfer partners. They are some of the most valuable transfer partners in the entire space. So let's use New York City rent as an example. Pulled up here, average rent's looking at $49.70. That is steep. And so over a year, that's roughly 60,000 points you could earn. What can you do with those 60,000 points? Well, one of Bilt's transfer partners is American Airlines. By the way, nobody transfers to American Airlines. So let's say you want to take your Bilt points, transfer them to American Airlines, and you know what? Let's get out to Japan for a bit. Why don't we go out to Japan in business class, flying Japan Airlines business class? Well, instead of spending $7,400, why not just 60,000 American Airlines miles in $5.60? Another transfer partner Bilt has, Hyatt. The only other program that transfers to Hyatt is Chase, and that's largely what makes Chase points valuable, is that transfer partner. Let's say you want to get to the Maldives. Well, instead of spending over $800 a night at the Park Hyatt Maldives, why not just 25,000 Hyatt points a night? Well, you'll be able to take your Bilt points and transfer them directly to Hyatt. The third transfer partner we'll look at is the Flying Blue program, comprised of KLM and Air France. Now, pretty much everyone and their mother can transfer to this program. There's nothing unique there. But what makes Bilt unique is the fact that every single first of the month, they've had this thing called Rent Day where they'll offer different types of rewards and bonus incentives. They have had 2 Rent Day bonuses where if you transfer points from Bilt to the Flying Blue program, you could have gotten a bonus anywhere from 75% all the way up to 150%, depending on your status with Bilt. What that means is instead of paying 50,000 points for a business class flight from North America to Paris, you could be paying somewhere in the neighborhood of 20,000 points, plus all the associated taxes and fees. That, folks, is insane because that Air France redemption is already a great redemption. Instead of paying 5K, you're paying 50,000 points in tax and fees. But with Bilt, instead of paying 5K, you could be getting away with it for close to 20K plus taxes and fees, which could be enough for 2 people instead of just 1. Now, it's great that Bilt is a no annual fee card with transfer partners. It's great that Bilt has some of the most valuable transfer partners that others can't tap into. But what good are transfer partners if you don't even know who, when, what to transfer to? Bilt helps you solve that problem. Bilt has a partnership with Points.me. Points.me is a standalone program that lets you search for award flights and it tells you where you should be moving points to. Well, within the Bilt app itself, you can search for flights and it will automatically tell you how many points you need to move to what particular program to make the redemption. That is phenomenal. Here they are with valuable points, and here they are with the instructions on how to get the most value from the valuable points, and you don't even need a guy like me. In addition to the partnership with Point.me where they search the airline awards, they also have a partnership with Waze where they search the hotel awards. So exact same concept. Instead of you having to go to Hyatt.com and find, okay, I need this many points for this much redemptions, within the Bilt app, they'll help you search for all of those so you know exactly where you need to move your Bilt points to then redeem for maximum value. But let's assume you don't care for any of that. You don't want to deal with the transfer partners, it's too much of a headache, you just want to redeem. Bilt has you covered. If you redeem your points through the Bilt travel portal, you'll just automatically get a 25% bonus. What that means is you took the points that you earned from dining, redeemed it through the Bilt travel portal, it would be equivalent to 3.75x earnings on dining. For travel, it'd be equivalent to the 2.5x earning on travel. For everything else in rent, it'd be equivalent to 1.25x, assuming you then take those points and are redeeming it through the Bilt travel portal. And some other features and benefits: no foreign transaction fee, it gives you auto rental insurance, and if you have trip delay starting at 6 hours, you can be reimbursed for up to $200 per person per day, with a maximum claim of $1,800. Now let's talk about the rent benefits. Remember earlier how I said the Flying Blue program is especially unique with Bilt because you can redeem less Flying Blue miles by way of a bonus from Bilt, and it was this thing called Rent Day. Although that's not a specific benefit of Bilt, it has happened on the first of every single month for as long as I can remember. So on the first of the month, they have this promotion called Rent Day. A couple of things happen. The things that have happened every single time are you earn double points for all of your spend categories. So instead of 3x for dining, it's 6x. Instead of 2x for travel, it's 4x. Instead of 1x everywhere, it's 2x everywhere, it's still 1x on rent. And you can earn a maximum of 10,000 bonus points from this. So automatically, everything is doubled on the first. The other thing that's happened on Rent Days are these transfer bonuses, where you take points from Bilt, you transfer to a program, and you're gonna get a bonus that has ranged anywhere from 75% to 150%, which is unheard of. In the entire credit card game, that's another thing that's completely unprecedented. The highest bonuses that we see for transfer bonuses going from American Express or Capital One or Citi or Chase are in the neighborhood of 25%, 35%, maybe 40%. 75% as just baseline, insane. 150%, that literally breaks the scale of value that can be delivered from a point program. And my pro tip here is if anyone has a Bilt card or you're thinking about getting the Bilt card, auto schedule your monthly utilities for the first. So you earn 2x on them, and it's 2x Bilt points, which are the most valuable points in the entire space. And this one actually comes from my buddy Brian Peterson, who ended up doing it. I don't know why I never thought to do it, but Brian's able to schedule a lot of his utility payments and all of his auto pay on the first, and it just hits. So shout out to you, Brian. The difference between getting 75% bonus and 150% transfer bonus from Bilt on Rent Days has to do with your Bilt status. And Bilt has 4 statuses. You have Blue, Silver, Gold, and Platinum. And there's 2 ways that you can earn status with Bilt. Either earning points with Bilt or just spending with the Bilt card. So to get a Blue tier member and to qualify for those 75% bonus transfers on Rent Day, it's free. You get the card, you sign up, you're good. Everyone has Blue status. To get Silver, you need to earn either 50,000 points or spend $10,000 with Bilt. To earn Gold, you need to earn 125,000 points or spend $25,000. And to earn Platinum, you need to earn 200,000 points or spend $50,000. And keep in mind, if you're gonna earn status through just spend, the rent spend doesn't count against that. So the $10,000, $25,000, $50,000 is less rent. And one of my favorite Rent Day bonuses they've ever offered is Fast Track to Hyatt Globalist, where it's the top tier status with Hyatt. Instead of spending 60 nights, I just had to stay 20 nights within a certain allotted period of time. And you could have registered that if you're a Bilt member. Another rent benefit that I think is incredible is this thing called Bilt Protect. And this is just so consumer centric. What Bilt Protect does is it allows you to pay for rent even if you might max out your credit card. I know it sounds crazy, but let me explain. Let's say you have a credit limit of $5,000. Let's say you're going around buying things, so on and so forth, and end of the month comes along and you have spent $4,000 of your $5,000 credit limit. Oh shoot, rent payment is coming up. But let's say your rent is $2,000. If you've used $4,000 of a $5,000 credit limit and you need to spend another $2,000, your card's gonna get declined. You've maxed out. Well, if you enroll in Bilt Protect, what that allows you to do is link Bilt directly to your checking account, and then Bilt can pull money from your checking account, so how you would normally pay for rent, apply it towards your rent payment. You still earn the points and it won't have to charge against your Bilt card. So you would still just have a $4,000 spend across a $5,000 credit limit the $2,000 for rent additional will be taken by Bill Protect to apply towards rent, and you'd be good to go. Folks, I just want everyone to appreciate how incredibly consumer-friendly and consumer-centric that is. Knowing that some people might have hefty rents, but they still want to use a credit card, let's not make them max out their credit card and get denied. We're just gonna help them solve the problem. Also, if you're spending $4,000 out of $5,000, pay that sucker down. You're killing your credit score. Though speaking of credit score, Bilt will actually pay your on-time rent to the credit bureaus to help you build credit. Right now, it is limited to apartments that are part of the Bilt Alliance, but even still, I can't imagine why they won't at some point want to roll out to everyone, because this is just a good way, again, to help consumers build credit faster by doing something they're already doing, which is making on-time payments to their rent. Other benefits. The card comes with cell phone protection, $800 max claim, $25 deductible. The card also has this thing called Bilt Wallet, where you can link an external wallet. So let's say I link my Chase Sapphire Reserve to the Bilt card, and then I go eat at a Bilt dining restaurant. I will earn points on my Chase card, which would be 3x for dining. And then if I eat at a restaurant that's part of the Bilt dining network, it's just gonna give me points on top. You're literally double dipping. And now let's talk about verdict. 2 years ago, this card came onto the scene. Earn points for rent. Is that legit? How can that be real? Well, in the past 2 years, I think the Bilt team has proven to me at least, and hopefully to you all, they're very capable to execute on not just the earn points for rent, delivering what I believe is the most valuable point program, period, with the most valuable card, period. You do not have to be a renter to get the card. However, if you are a renter and you don't have the card, come on now, get on that card. But for non-renters, the 3x dining, 2x travel, and the ability to transfer to American Airlines and the rent day bonuses make this card a no-brainer. So my final verdict and recommendation. If you are somebody who pays rent, this card is an automatic. If you are somebody looking for the most valuable, no annual fee credit card on the marketplace today, this is the card you jump on. And if you are somebody who pays rent and you're also looking for the most valuable no annual fee credit card on the marketplace, this card is an absolute no-brainer. And if you guys would like to support my channel in any way, you can feel free to check out my affiliate link in the description box below. If you have any comments, questions, let me know as well. And I'd love to hear from all of y'all. If you are paying rent, how much are you paying? Cool, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Oh, 1 second, because I get this question all the time. Mortgages. But right now, you cannot use this card to pay for mortgages. I know, bummer. Listen, I've got 3 of them, all right? I really wish I could apply my card towards it. However, I can't imagine why the team isn't thinking about that. And the reason I say that is because there is an option that allows you to use points at some point for a down payment towards a home. So if they're gonna help you rent and help you put a down payment towards a home, at some point, they surely are gonna help you cover the mortgage, but right now that is not an available feature. So I know I'm gonna get a bunch of questions on that, and I completely forgot to address it earlier. Cool, catch y'all next time.